What happens when grocery shelves are bare, the pharmacy is closed, and your medicine cabinet holds nothing but empty bottles? Imagine it. Your child wakes with a fever that won't break, your spouse suffers a deep cut, or you're battling an infection while the nearest hospital is overwhelmed. These aren't distant fears, they're real scenarios families face during disasters, supply chain breakdowns, or economic collapse. Here's the truth most overlook. Before pharmaceuticals, our ancestors thrived using nature's medicine chest. They grew powerful plants that stopped bleeding, fought infections, and relieved pain. Remedies tested through plagues, wars, and famines. Many modern drugs like aspirin from willow bark or morphine from poppies still trace back to plants. Today, I'll reveal 6 hardy herbs you can grow right in your backyard, resilient plants that practically take care of themselves while providing proven healing power. In uncertain times, this living pharmacy could mean the difference between suffering and survival. The first herb we need to discuss is one that's probably growing as a weed in your yard right now, and you're likely stepping on it every time you walk outside. I'm talking about plantain, and no, this isn't the banana-like fruit you might be thinking of. This is Plantago major, a humble little plant with broad, ribbed leaves that seems to pop up everywhere humans have walked. What makes plantain absolutely revolutionary is its incredible wound-healing properties. This plant contains compounds called allantoin, aucubin, and salicylic acid that work together to accelerate tissue regeneration, fight off bacterial infections, and strengthen the cellular structures that hold your skin together. When you apply fresh plantain to a cut or scrape, you're essentially giving your body's natural healing processes a massive boost. Native American tribes called this plant white man's footprint because it seemed to appear wherever European colonists traveled, but they quickly recognized its healing power and incorporated it into their own traditional medicine practices. And for good reason. This plant can handle everything from minor cuts and insect bites to serious burns and deep puncture wounds. Here's how you harness plantain's healing power in emergency situations. For immediate wound care, you can actually chew fresh plantain leaves to create what traditional healers call a spit poultice. Now, I know that might sound crude, but the enzymes in your saliva actually activate the plant's healing compounds, creating a powerful natural antiseptic that you can apply directly to injuries. If you prefer a more refined approach, simply crush fresh plantain leaves between clean hands and apply them directly to wounds. The plant produces a natural mucilage that creates a protective barrier over damaged skin while drawing out toxins and promoting rapid healing. I've personally witnessed plantain close wounds that looked like they needed professional stitching, leaving barely visible scars behind. But plantain's healing power extends far beyond just topical applications. When brewed into a tea using the fresh leaves, this plant becomes an internal healing ally that can address respiratory problems, digestive issues, and general inflammation throughout your body. The plant's natural expectorant properties help clear mucus from your lungs and airways, making it invaluable during cold and flu seasons when you can't just run to the doctor for antibiotics. For long-term emergency preparedness, you can create plantain-infused oil by gently heating olive oil with fresh plantain leaves, then straining out the plant material and storing the golden liquid in dark glass containers. This oil becomes a versatile healing salve that you can use for burns, chronic skin conditions, and wounds that need ongoing care. The incredible thing about growing plantain is that it wants to succeed. This plant thrives in poor soil conditions, tolerates drought better than most garden vegetables, and actually seems to prefer areas with foot traffic. That's why you see it growing in sidewalk cracks, along walking paths, and in compacted soil where other plants struggle to survive. Plant plantain once in your garden, and it will self-seed year after year, creating an expanding network of healing plants across your property. Each plant produces thousands of tiny seeds that spread naturally, ensuring you'll never run out of this essential medicine. Our second essential herb takes us from the humble roadside weed to one of the most beautiful flowers you can grow in your garden. Calendula, also known as pot marigold, produces stunning golden orange blooms that look like they belong in a decorative flower arrangement. But don't let its beauty fool you. This gorgeous plant packs some of the most potent skin-healing properties you'll find in the entire plant kingdom. Calendula officinalis has been trusted by healers for centuries to treat wounds, reduce inflammation, spray and fight infections. Modern scientific research has confirmed what traditional medicine practitioners have known all along. The flower petals contain powerful compounds called flavonoids, saponins, and triterpenes that work synergistically to accelerate healing, reduce scarring, and prevent bacterial growth on damaged tissue. What makes calendula absolutely indispensable for emergency preparedness is its versatility in treating skin conditions that commonly occur during stressful times or when normal hygiene routines are disrupted. We're talking about cuts that refuse to heal properly, skin infections that develop when medical care isn't readily available, diaper rash in infants during evacuation situations, eczema flare-ups triggered by stress, fungal infections that thrive in cramped emergency shelters, and even radiation burns from potential nuclear incidents. Here's how you transform these golden flowers into genuine healing medicine. Fresh calendula petals can be applied directly to minor wounds as a natural bandage. The anti-inflammatory compounds provide immediate pain relief, while the antimicrobial properties start fighting infection before it can establish a foothold. For small cuts and scrapes, simply crush fresh petals between your fingers and press them gently onto the affected area. But where calendula really demonstrates its value as a long-term medicinal asset is in the creation of calendula oil. Fill a clean mason jar completely with fresh calendula petals, then cover them entirely with high-quality olive oil. Place this jar on a sunny windowsill and let it infuse for 4 to 6 weeks, shaking it gently every few days. After straining out all the plant material, you're left with liquid gold that can treat everything from severe diaper rash to surgical scars. This calendula oil has an impressive shelf life of over 12 months when stored properly in dark glass bottles, making it perfect for emergency stockpiles. The concentrated healing compounds remain stable and potent, ready to address skin emergencies whenever they arise. For internal healing support, calendula tea made from the dried flowers supports your lymphatic system and helps your body fight infections from the inside out. The flowers contain bitter compounds that stimulate healthy digestion and support liver function, helping your body process toxins more effectively during times of physical or emotional stress. When you combine the healing oil with natural beeswax, you create calendula salve, a protective barrier that locks moisture into damaged skin while delivering continuous healing compounds directly to injured tissue. This salve becomes your go-to treatment for cracked skin, slow healing wounds, and any skin condition that needs intensive therapeutic attention. The beauty of growing calendula lies in its generous, almost aggressive self-seeding behavior. Plant it once in your garden, and it will produce new generations of healing flowers from early spring through the first hard frost. It thrives in full sun with minimal water requirements. And here's the amazing part. The more flowers you harvest for medicine, the more blooms the plant produces. Each individual calendula plant can yield hundreds of flowers throughout a single growing season, providing enough raw material to create a substantial medicinal stockpile that could serve your family through extended emergency situations. Now let's talk about the heavyweight champion of herbal bone and tissue repair. Comfrey, scientifically known as Symphytum officinale, has earned the nickname knitbone for its absolutely remarkable ability to accelerate the healing of broken bones, torn ligaments, damaged cartilage, and deep tissue injuries. This isn't some gentle, mild herb that provides comfort through difficult times. This is serious healing power that can literally mean the difference between a minor injury healing properly and that same injury becoming a permanent disability when professional medical intervention isn't available. What makes Comfrey absolutely revolutionary for emergency medicine is its unique compound called allantoin, which essentially tells your body's cells to divide and regenerate at an accelerated rate. We're talking about a plant that can reduce bone healing time by several weeks, dramatically decrease recovery periods for sprains and muscle strains, and close wounds that would normally result in significant scarring. But here's where Comfrey becomes truly fascinating for prepared families. This plant doesn't limit itself to treating surface injuries. It penetrates deep into damaged tissue to repair cellular damage at its source. Torn muscles, damaged cartilage, deep bruising, hairline fractures, and severe sprains respond to Comfrey treatments in ways that often surprise even experienced herbalists. The root contains the highest concentration of Comfrey's healing compounds. When you create a fresh Comfrey root poultice, you're essentially building a biological healing machine that draws infection out of wounds, reduces inflammation throughout the injured area, and accelerates tissue repair at rates that seem almost miraculous. Traditional healers across multiple cultures have depended on comfrey for generations, particularly in situations where someone's survival depended on rapid healing. When conventional medical care wasn't available, comfrey consistently delivered results that kept people alive and functional. Here's how you harness this incredible healing power in emergency situations. For fresh injuries, grate fresh comfrey root and apply it directly to the affected area as a healing poultice. The natural mucilage in the root creates a protective gel barrier while the active healing compounds penetrate deep into damaged tissue structures. For serious injuries like broken bones or severe sprains, wrap the injured area with cloth soaked in strong comfrey tea and leave it in place for several hours, replacing it with fresh material as the cloth dries out. This technique delivers healing compounds directly through the skin to the injury site. Comfrey salve represents your long-term healing arsenal. Simmer fresh comfrey root in olive oil for several hours over low heat, strain out all plant material, then combine the infused oil with beeswax to create a powerful healing ointment. This salve stores well for months and can be applied to any injury requiring deep tissue repair. For internal healing support, comfrey leaf tea helps your body heal from within. The plant's exceptionally high mineral content provides the raw building blocks your body needs for tissue repair, while the anti-inflammatory compounds reduce systemic inflammation that can slow the healing process. Growing comfrey means establishing a permanent healing resource that actually improves over time. This perennial powerhouse returns stronger each year, developing an extensive underground root system that becomes more medicinally potent as it matures. Plant it once in an area with rich, moist soil, and you'll have a healing ally for decades to come. Comfrey spreads naturally through root division, so your single plant eventually becomes an entire healing patch. The deep taproot breaks up compacted soil while the large leaves decompose into valuable compost material, literally improving your garden while stockpiling healing medicine underground. Our fourth essential herb shifts our focus from wound healing to immune system fortification. Echinacea, commonly called purple coneflower, stands as the immune system warrior that should be defending every American family's health from your backyard garden. This isn't just another trendy supplement you might see marketed at health food stores. This represents battle-tested immune system support that has been protecting families from serious illness for centuries. When the next wave of infectious disease hits your community, you'll want this plant actively fighting in your corner. What makes Echinacea absolutely critical for emergency preparedness is its ability to supercharge your body's natural defense systems before illness can establish itself. We're not talking about treating symptoms after you're already sick and suffering. We're talking about building your immune system into an impenetrable fortress that prevents serious illness from gaining any foothold in the first place. Native American tribes across the Great Plains considered Echinacea their most valuable medicinal plant, using it to treat everything from venomous snake bites to life-threatening infections. They understood what modern scientific research has now confirmed. Echinacea doesn't simply boost immune function temporarily. It actually trains your immune system to recognize and eliminate threats more effectively over the long term. The science behind Echinacea's immune-boosting power centers on compounds called alkamides and polysaccharides that activate white blood cells, increase production of infection-fighting compounds, and enhance your body's ability to identify and destroy harmful organisms before they can cause serious illness. When you take Echinacea at the very first signs of illness, you're providing your immune system with precisely the tools it needs to mount a rapid, effective response that can stop infections before they become debilitating. For maximum immune protection, Echinacea tincture becomes your concentrated liquid defense system. Fill a clean glass jar with fresh Echinacea roots and leaves, cover completely with high-proof vodka or grain alcohol, and let this mixture extract for 4 to 6 weeks in a dark location. This concentrated preparation delivers immune-boosting compounds directly into your bloodstream when placed under the tongue, providing rapid support during high-risk periods. Echinacea tea offers gentle, sustained immune support for daily consumption. The purple flowers, green leaves, and roots can all be brewed into a pleasant-tasting beverage that maintains strong immune function throughout cold and flu seasons. Regular consumption keeps your immune system primed and ready to respond effectively to whatever threats emerge in your environment. For external infections, Echinacea washes provide powerful antimicrobial action against bacterial and fungal skin infections. The plant's infection-fighting properties make it invaluable for treating wounds that show early signs of infection when conventional antiseptic supplies have been exhausted. Growing Echinacea establishes a self-sustaining immune support system that strengthens with each passing year. This hardy perennial thrives in full sunlight with minimal water requirements once established. The deep taproot system makes it extremely drought-tolerant, while those distinctive purple flowers attract beneficial insects that support your entire garden's ecosystem. The roots develop their peak concentration of active medicinal compounds after 3 full years of growth, so patience definitely pays dividends with dramatically increased healing potency. Each mature plant produces dozens of flower heads that can be harvested for medicine, while leaving enough blooms to ensure vigorous growth the following season. Moving into our 5th critical herb, we encounter Yarrow, a plant named after the legendary Greek warrior Achilles who relied on it to treat battlefield wounds. This represents true warrior medicine that every prepared household needs, growing within immediate reach of their home. Don't mistake this for some delicate ornamental flower. Yarrow is battlefield-tested medicine that has stopped severe bleeding, prevented deadly infections, and saved countless lives under the most challenging circumstances imaginable. What makes Yarrow absolutely indispensable during emergency situations is its incredible ability to control bleeding quickly and decisively. We're discussing a plant that can halt hemorrhaging when standard pressure and elevation techniques prove insufficient, when medical help remains hours away, and when blood loss threatens to become life-threatening. Yarrow doesn't just slow bleeding down gradually. It stops hemorrhaging completely while simultaneously fighting infection and reducing painful inflammation throughout the injured area. The active medicinal compounds in Yarrow, including azulene and chamomile, function by constricting blood vessels rapidly and promoting immediate clot formation. But here's what makes Yarrow truly remarkable for emergency medicine. This plant seems to possess an innate intelligence about exactly what your injured body needs most. For wounds bleeding excessively, it acts as a powerful styptic agent. For injuries that need proper drainage, it promotes healthy circulation patterns. Military medics throughout recorded history have depended on Yarrow because when conventional medical supplies become unavailable, this plant consistently delivers results that determine whether someone lives or dies from their injuries. Fresh Yarrow leaves can be chewed quickly and applied directly to bleeding wounds, or crushed thoroughly and packed firmly into deep cuts to achieve immediate bleeding control. The antimicrobial compounds prevent dangerous infections, while the anti-inflammatory properties reduce pain and tissue swelling. Here's how you transform Yarrow into life-saving emergency medicine. For critical bleeding control, crush fresh Yarrow leaves thoroughly and pack them directly into open wounds. The plant's natural astringent properties cause blood vessels to contract immediately, while antimicrobial compounds create a protective barrier against infection. This technique has saved lives on battlefields and in remote locations, where modern medical care remained completely unavailable. Yarrow powder serves as your long-term bleeding control solution. Dry fresh Yarrow leaves and flowers completely, then grind them into fine powder that stores in sealed containers for years without losing potency. This powder can be sprinkled directly onto cuts and wounds for instant bleeding control, making it perfect for emergency medical kits and evacuation bags. Yarrow tea becomes your internal healing support system when dealing with fevers, digestive disturbances, or systemic inflammation. The bitter compounds naturally stimulate healthy circulation and help break dangerous fevers, while anti-inflammatory properties support your body's healing processes from within. During stressful periods or illness, Yarrow tea helps regulate body temperature and supports robust immune function. For women's health emergencies, Yarrow proves absolutely invaluable. The plant's circulation-regulating abilities make it highly effective for managing excessive bleeding, painful cramping, and hormonal imbalances when conventional treatments remain unavailable. Yarrow's antispasmodic properties help relax smooth muscle tissue, providing genuine relief from intense pain during difficult circumstances. Growing Yarrow establishes a permanent medical station directly on your property. This incredibly hardy perennial thrives in poor soil conditions, tolerates extreme drought conditions, and actually produces better medicine in challenging growing environments than in rich garden soil. Plant yarrow once and watch it spread through underground runner systems, creating expanding colonies of healing medicine that require absolutely zero maintenance from you. Our sixth essential herb introduces us to chamomile, German chamomile specifically, which represents the gentle giant of herbal medicine that every prepared family requires in their medicinal arsenal. Don't allow its delicate, daisy-like appearance to mislead you about its capabilities. This unassuming flower delivers serious therapeutic power that can calm severe anxiety, promote genuine healing sleep, soothe digestive emergencies, and provide effective pain relief when stress levels reach dangerous heights and conventional help remains unavailable. What makes chamomile absolutely critical for emergency preparedness lies in its unique ability to address both the psychological and physical toll that crisis situations inflict on human beings. When disasters strike your community, when uncertainty dominates daily existence, when stress threatens to overwhelm your family's ability to function effectively, chamomile steps forward as nature's reset mechanism. The active compounds in chamomile, particularly apigenin and bisabolol, work directly on your nervous system to reduce anxiety levels, promote genuine relaxation, and support healthy sleep patterns that keep people thinking clearly under extreme pressure. But here's what makes chamomile truly remarkable for emergency situations. Unlike pharmaceutical sedatives that simply mask symptoms temporarily, chamomile actually helps your body restore its natural balance, supporting healthy stress responses while maintaining mental clarity and physical coordination. Here's a practical reality that every prepared family needs to understand completely. During extended emergency situations, restful sleep becomes a luxury that many people lose access to entirely. Anxiety, fear, and hypervigilance create destructive cycles where exhaustion makes everything worse, poor decisions compound existing problems, and family members become irritable and uncooperative. Chamomile breaks these destructive patterns by providing gentle, natural support that helps restore normal sleep cycles and emotional stability without dangerous side effects. Fresh chamomile tea serves as your first line of defense against stress-related health problems. The flowers contain peak concentrations of active compounds, and brewing them fresh delivers maximum therapeutic benefits. During high-stress periods, chamomile tea can be consumed throughout the day to maintain emotional equilibrium without causing drowsiness or impaired judgment.